Hunters, I am super excited to have you guys here today for this video. I'm super excited to be here. Well, obviously, because I am here. But anyway, as you can see, the Hillbilly garage is all empty. Not a thing in here except for some oil stains on the floor. So if you guys been following me, you know what that means. That means that it's time to get the old X4 in here. And we're gonna kick off our performance mod series with this guy by throwing in a performance sheave. You guys know I have both the Hunterworks and the JBS. We're going to be throwing both of these guys in the X4 to see how each one performs. Winter is upon us. I don't know if we'll have time to get all the testing done before the snow sets in. So probably what I'm going to do here is we'll go ahead and throw the JBS sheave in now. If we have time before the snow gets here, we'll go ahead and do our acceleration tests and stuff, and then we'll just run it throughout the winter into spring to get some miles on it, to get a good overall opinion of it, and then we'll swap out with the Hunterworks. If we don't get time to do any of our test runs before snow sets, we'll just still go ahead and run the JBS through winter. Then come spring, when the snow melts, we get our railroad track cleared off where we did all the other tests in the field up there. We will go ahead and do the performance tests. So, I guess the real question is, in my confined space here, am I going to have enough room to fit the X4? Might be a little tight, but I think we'll get her. Okay, maybe not lots of room, but I can probably actually back her up here a little bit. As long as I got walking room in here, we should have to mess with anything on this side. Our CVT and everything will be on this side of the machine. So I think we have plenty of room here. I may try to shuffle her on over that way a little bit, but we'll make do. Now I have already done it in the past, a pretty detailed look at how to get these plastics off your seat, off everything you need to take off in order to get to your CVT. So I'll probably direct you to that video, which you can watch up here later, and not bore you with all that now. Again, it's in pretty good detail, the first video I did. So while I go ahead and get this stuff off, I realized that there was one test we forgot to do when testing our stock sheave, and that was an acceleration test in low gear. We did high gear, we never did low gear. So while I tear into this, I'll go ahead and let you guys enjoy the test I did with the stock sheave in low gear. Alright guys, now this is not the same place that we did the high-speed test runs with, but don't worry, when we put the performance sheave in, we'll still do the high-speed down the road tracks where we did, and we'll do the low-speed here on my field like we are for this one. So the draggy's all set up, ready to go. We've got a camera out there rolling for the outside shot, so hopefully I don't run over it. We should be good to go. Again, everything else is the exact same. I'm running 10 pounds of air in the tires. I'm not going to torque brake. I'm just going to push the pedal to the floor, and I am in 4-wheel drive. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. And we hit 25 very quickly. Alright, so here we go. It is a valid, verified run. We did 0 to 25 in 3.6 seconds. And our slope is only 0.45%. I was worried I was going to be running downhill, but it's not enough that it's invalid, so we're good. We're going to do 2 more runs. 4-wheel drive, here we go. Run number 2. 3, 2, 1. Number 2 verified again. I think we had a little bit more wheel spin there. It was 3.17 seconds. Alright, third and final round. 3, 2, 1. seconds. So there we go. We now got the low gear acceleration test from 0 to 25 out of the way, so we can compare the low range and the high range difference with every sheave when compared to the stock. And one more thing we're going to do, as you can see, I have this all tore down, is both sheave companies claim that one of the reasons they get such better performance out of their sheaves is because it allows the belt to start in a lower position. And what that means here is on the primary, when you're idle, when you're stopped, when you're not on the gas, the belt rides low in the primary, high in the secondary. Now as you hit the accelerator and this spins, the weight shift driving this sheave in, which causes the belt to raise on the primary and lower on the secondary. That's how it works. That's how you get your speed. But both sheaves, both Hunterworks and JBS, mill their sheaves to give you more belt travel on the primary. So what that means is it allows the belt to ride lower and actually rise higher. So I got a mark on here. We're going to see in its lowest position how many turns it takes to the primary to get one revolution out of the secondary. That'll give us a rough idea of our starting ratio. So I'm going to try to get the camera where you guys can see these marks, and we'll go from there. Alright, now this is kind of a tricky spot to get in, but as you can see, I have two lines here marked together, and I'm just going to take and spin this, and we'll count the rotations. So there's one spin of the primary, two spins of the primary, and now I'll have to keep a close eye as our secondary comes around to roughly right there. And we are, you guys can't see because it's out of frame, we are back here on the primary. Alright, and our line, get that mud all cleaned off of there, is exactly 8 inches from the skid plate. Now there's nothing left to do but to swap one of the sheaves in there. I had a little bit of change in plans. I was planning on, like I said earlier, doing the JBS first so you didn't have to mess with cleaning up all the grease to run the Hunterworks. However, I ordered the official Yamaha Ultramatic CVT grease, and it is on back order to the end of January. This is the beginning of January, and I'm not waiting that long, so we're going to go ahead, clean up the stock sheave. We'll go ahead and throw the Hunterworks in here. Again, it doesn't run grease, it runs like a dry lube. So we are going to throw that in here with our weights. We're going to run 20-gram weights in the Hunterworks, because again, I'm still on stock tires. And before we go any further, I want to make sure that you guys, full disclosure here, so you guys know that I am completely neutral in this test. I have no affiliation with Hunterworks. I have no affiliation with JBS. In fact, I did not even buy these sheaves myself. There was a fan of Hunterworks, sent me one of Hunterworks sheaves. I had a fan of JBS send me a JBS sheave. That way I don't have people saying, well, yeah, of course he likes this one better, he paid for it. No, I didn't pay for either one of these. Both these were sent to me, so that just helps me stay even more neutral in these testing. So I will be giving you guys my strict, unbiased opinion on both of these sheaves when we run them, going of course by the data we collect, as well as the seat of the pants feel as I get some ride time in it. Alright, one thing I do want to show you guys here real quick is a little trick I do when working with these CVTs. Now I do have a CVT wrench that actually goes in the holes. However, these primary stuff really don't have those. These newer ones don't anymore. And usually with an impact you can hit those and back them off. But one trick I still like to do is I just take one of these regular wooden quick clamps. They come in a variety of sizes, shapes, colors, brands. And I always like to clamp on with one of these. That will just help keep it from spinning as we back the bolt off. And that bolt is 27mm, by the way. Alright guys, so here is our stock sheave. What you're going to do is take everything apart, clean your collar up, go get all the old grease off there, because again, the Hunterworks does not run the Ultramatic CVT grease. It's a greaseless. It runs a product called Tank Seal, which is kind of a dry lube. But anyway, we're going to pull all these screws, take this outer dust cover off. It does not get reinstalled with the Hunterworks, so we'll leave that off, set it aside for later. We'll pull our slide out here. We'll pull our cam plate out, remove all our slides, because the Hunterworks does come with new slides as well. So here, before we compare the two, is a look at our stock sheave. We're not too bad. Again, we're right. I think we're actually just over 1,000 miles. We're like at 1,100, 1,200, somewhere around in there. And you can see how these things take a bit of abuse over the years. You can see some marks and stuff on here. Again, I have gotten a little bit of mud, some dust in my CVT, and that has, of course, translated all these little nicks. I don't know if the camera is going to pick up, even if I get some better lighting in here. I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see some of those, but it's nothing major enough where it affects the performance. I don't know if you guys noticed the belt on this thing, and one of the reasons why they now offer a 10-year warranty belt on the 19 and up X4s, X2s. This is a big, honking, massive belt. I mean, this is the size belt you're going to have on your X3s, your Razor 1000s that's pushing 100 plus horsepower. This thing's 69, they still put that big of a belt on there. So we're definitely good to go there, and that's part of the reasons why they can offer that 10-year belt warranty, because that is a hefty honking belt. So these little tiny nicks and stuff ain't gonna hurt. But anyway, let's get the Hunterworks up on here. But the biggest thing that I can tell right away from Hunterworks is look at the slide profile here. Look how big the ridge is here. And Hunterworks, as well as JBS, everyone that offers a performance sheave does this, is they machine this down that allows this to slide in closer to the fixed sheave in your CVT. And that's where you get a lot of performance of that extra travel in and out of your sheave. Here at the top you can kind of see a difference here, but other than that, just to look at them, you're really not going to notice a whole lot of difference. Get these guys open for you. Hunterworks also includes with their sheaves new slides, which you can see here, they're coated in the Tank Seal. That's what that white residue is, which they say they tweak. They do a couple little trade secrets too to make them perform better as well. But yeah, just to look at these two, you really don't notice a whole lot of difference. I'm sure machinists out there could look at these and see a lot more than what I can look at. But you can see the difference here in belt travel, how much closer the Hunterworks allows the belt to travel to the edge over the factory. So that right there is where you pick up a lot on that top end. Alright, there's the Hunterworks all nestled in there. Of course, minus the guard on the outside. Again, the Hunterworks does not run the dust shield on the outside because it's greaseless. That main purpose of that is to keep the grease from coming out when this slides. Greaseless, we don't need that, and Hunterworks says not to run it, so we won't. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the stock one, because you see I got my 2 marks here. So we're going to spin this and see how many revolutions of this sheave it takes to spin. Of the primary, it takes to spin the secondary. I've already started up and ran it, so our belt tension is where it should be for now. So let's see. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. So, with the stock we were way down here. With Hunterworks we're way up here. So here, coming straight across, we are at 10 1/4. Alright guys, we're here at the next day. We've got a little bit of light left. I hate this time of year because by the time I get home from work, now that I've been moved to day shift for a bit, it's getting dark by the time I get home, but we got enough light here. I got the X4 all back together. As you can see, she's running and warming up. We're just gonna go for a quick little ride around the property. As you guys can see, we've got lots of snow on the ground.
So as far as being able to launch and test acceleration, well, we're gonna have a lot of traction loss because of the snow, but we should still be able to play around and get a feel for how the sheave's gonna work. So I'm gonna don my winter gear because it's only about 27 out here right now, and I'll just take you guys for a quick little rip, give you my first initial impression of the Hunterworks Sheave. We'll go down around my tree loop, or my little wood, my narrow wood course first. I have no idea how well you guys are going to be able to hear me. Again, that was just a quick little ride, so by no means anywhere near enough to judge it yet. So right off the hand, from a get-go, really didn't notice much difference. But again, I'm pretty sure that this Hunterworks is geared more for top end than it is for bottom end. And I will say that when I'm cruising 10-15 miles an hour and I hit the gas, I can tell a noticeable difference in the get up and go. It's stronger and it's sooner. It's not, if you guys own X4, you know you hit the gas and there's kind of that hesitation and then a build up and then you go. With this, there isn't near as much hesitation. It's you hit the gas, it builds up and goes. So we'll see. I'll get some good miles on this, and then this nice weather is supposed to come, so hopefully it'll be nice enough I can hook the draggy up real quick and get some speed and acceleration numbers for you guys. So that's coming pretty soon, and we might be able to slide these in for winter. And again, like I said, I'm not going to be quick to swap out to the JBS. I want to get some good ride time with the Hunterworks before I do that, so then I can compare them better. And then we'll do the same thing with JBS. I'll get some good time riding with it after I put it in, and then we'll do a final overall review of the two together. So guys, that's all I have for you for tonight, for today, whenever it is you're watching. But anyway, thanks for watching and keep on riding.